Someone once said, if your voice is loud, some people will listen. But if your message is strong, everyone will pay attention. Hi everyone, welcome Tat Channel, and today I have an inspiring story for you. In that glorious kingdom, there was a minister whom everyone admired. He was not only intelligent and sharp-witted, but also completely devoted to his country, serving the king with unwavering loyalty. It seemed that no problem was too difficult for him. Whenever the kingdom faced challenges, whether they were great national affairs or minor palace disputes, the king always sought his advice, and without fail, the minister never disappointed him. His wisdom was not just about deep knowledge, but also his ability to foresee the future and understand human nature. He didn't just help the king make the right decisions, he played a crucial role in ensuring the kingdom's stability and prosperity. Thanks to him, the land remained strong against external threats. Enemies at the borders dared not invade, and the royal court became more disciplined and orderly than ever. Because of his brilliance and absolute loyalty, the king trusted him immensely. Before making any major decision, the king would always consult him, considering his advice essential. Their relationship was more than just that of a ruler and his subject. It was built on mutual respect, almost like two kindred spirits who understood each other deeply. However, this special favor also sparked jealousy within the court. Those who craved power began to resent him, seeking ways to bring him down. And then, a seemingly small matter would soon turn into an incident that led to the entire court mocking him. Beneath the golden glow of the palace, where power and ambition walked hand in hand, not everyone was pleased with the wise minister's brilliance. The absolute trust the king placed in him became a fire that fueled the jealousy of others in the royal court. They saw him standing beside the king in every decision, witnessed the respect the king had for him, and it was something they simply couldn't tolerate. The powerful figures in the court were not without cunning. They dared not confront the minister directly, but in their hearts, they constantly plotted his downfall. Every chance they got, they threw subtle jabs, spread doubt, and whispered rumors, hoping that one day the king's trust in him would waver. Yet no matter how hard they tried, they failed, because the minister was not only intelligent, but also upright and honest, leaving no room for mistakes that could be used against him. And so, inevitably, they turned to another strategy. If they couldn't attack him directly, they would target his son. All they needed was a small reason, a mistake, whether intentional or not, to use as an excuse to shake the king's confidence. From a simple question the king asked each morning, they found their opportunity to turn the minister's son into the laughingstock of the entire court. They hoped that by making the king ridicule his son, the minister himself would lose his standing. But what they didn't realize was that this very scheme would reveal an unexpected truth. The kind of wisdom that only a truly perceptive mind could recognize. One morning, like any other, the king walked through the marketplace to meet his people. Amid the bustling crowd and lively chatter, he noticed a young boy standing there, the son of the wise minister he trusted so much. Amused, the king decided to play a little game. He placed 2 coins in front of the boy, 1 gold and 1 silver, and asked, "Tell me, which one is more valuable?" The people nearby paused, waiting for the boy's response. But instead of choosing the gold coin, as everyone expected, the boy pointed to the silver coin and confidently said, "Your Majesty, silver is more valuable than gold." Laughter erupted. The king chuckled in amusement, the crowd joined in, and those in the court who envied the minister exchanged smug glances. The next day, and every day after that, the same scene repeated itself. Each morning, the king would ask the boy the same question, and every time, the boy would choose the silver coin. To the king, it was nothing more than a harmless game, a brief moment of entertainment amid his serious royal duties. But to those who resented the minister, it was an opportunity. They wasted no time whispering behind his back, spreading rumors, and ridiculing his son. They murmured into the king's ear, "How can a man as wise as you have such a foolish son?" Day after day, the mockery continued, until finally, the king began to wonder if they were right. One day, back in his palace, he looked the minister in the eye and said with a tone of disappointment, "You are a very wise man, but your son is a fool. He has no sense at all." The words struck like a sharp blade. The entire court erupted in laughter, while the minister stood in silence, feeling a deep sorrow settle within him. After a long day at court, filled with laughter and mockery, the minister returned home with a heavy heart. He looked at his son, his mind clouded with doubt. How could a child raised under his guidance be so foolish? How could his own son fail to understand the difference between gold and silver, allowing himself to be ridiculed every day? With a serious expression, he asked, "Do you know that gold is more valuable than silver?" Without hesitation, the boy immediately replied, "Yes, father, I do." The minister was even more confused. He continued, "Then why do you choose silver every time the king asks?" "Because of your answer, I was humiliated in court today." The boy remained silent for a moment before quietly leading his father to a small corner of the room. He opened a wooden box, revealing a pile of shiny silver coins. The minister stared in surprise, waiting for an explanation. With a small smile, the boy said, "Father, if I choose gold, the game will end. The king will stop asking me, and I will have only one gold coin. But if I choose silver, the king laughs, the court laughs, and I get a silver coin every day." A single gold coin may be worth more than a single silver coin, but many silver coins are worth more than one gold coin, aren't they? Hearing this, the minister stood in silence, staring at his son. Then, slowly, a proud smile appeared on his face. The entire court thought the boy was a fool, but in reality, he understood value better than anyone. After understanding his son's reasoning, the minister felt a weight lift from his heart. The court's laughter and mockery no longer bothered him. He looked at his son with quiet pride. This boy was not only intelligent, but also far-sighted, a quality not everyone possessed. From that day on, whenever someone mocked his son's foolishness, the minister would simply smile and say nothing. He knew that those who laughed only saw what was on the surface. They failed to grasp the deeper truth. They didn't realize that wisdom isn't always about giving the expected answer. It's about understanding real value and making the right choices. The boy continued his daily game with the king, still choosing the silver coin each time, still making the court laugh. But now, the minister no longer felt ashamed. He understood that his son was far from foolish. He was using the very mockery of others to his advantage, securing a long-term benefit that no one else had thought of. This story reminds us that intelligence doesn't always need to be obvious. Sometimes those who are seen as foolish are the ones who truly understand life's value. The world may laugh at you, but if you know what you're doing, if you believe in your path, then there's no need to prove yourself to anyone. Life is never truly fair. Those who see deeply are often called foolish, while those who judge based on appearances believe they are right. The story of the boy and the king is a perfect example of this. The boy didn't care about the laughter of others. He felt no need to explain or justify his actions. He knew that if he chose the gold coin, the game would end. But if he chose the silver coin, the king would keep laughing, the court would keep laughing, and every day he would receive another silver coin. The people around him only saw a foolish child, but they failed to realize that they were the ones unknowingly playing his game. His father, once confused and embarrassed, finally understood the wisdom hidden in his son's actions. He no longer let the court's mockery bother him. He realized that in life, some truths can only be seen by those with real understanding. This story is not just a lesson in wisdom, but also a reminder that you don't always need to prove yourself to the world. Those who don't understand you may mock you, but those who are truly wise will see what others overlook. So if you know your path is right, keep walking. Don't let laughter shake your resolve, because in the end, only those with true depth will ever truly understand you.